Coverage you can count on at noon starts now.
Thank you for joining us for local coverage you can count on. I'm Jevin McCoskey. First at noon, some parts of our area are under a heat advisory that's expected to last throughout the end of the work week, and we're joined now by meteorologist Krista Cheng. Krista, what is the weather looking like, and how can we all keep ourselves cool during this advisory?
Jevin, we are going to continue to see this heat advisory all the way until 8 p.m. for this evening, and it's likely to be extended once again for your Friday. This is for our entire area. This orangey color right here. We are going to be seeing some areas just south of us, though, that are looking to be in an extreme heat warning. That's kind of that purpley area right there, just a little bit more south towards Charleston. So if you are heading in that direction, it's going to feel even hotter than what we are seeing locally. The only difference between the two, the orange color means that we are going to have those feels-like temperatures that are going to reach anywhere from 100 to 105 degrees. But a little bit more south for that extreme heat warning, we could see those feels-like temperatures reaching anywhere up to 110 degrees. So right now we are going to continue warming up. Many of our temperatures are already in the 90s, but the highs for today are going to be anywhere from lower 90s across the Grand Strand, and we'll get that chance for some upper 90s across the PD and for the border belt as well. So well above average, and we're actually going to stay well above average as we head into the weekend. So just some safety tips. Never want to leave your pets or kids inside a parked car. It's hot outside. It's even hotter inside a parked vehicle. Especially you want to drink some water, reduce any outdoor activities, especially if you're going to be outdoors for long periods of time. If you can wear light colored clothing and loose clothing, definitely want to do that as well, because it will not absorb that heat as well. Most of us are going to be seeing some temperatures that are staying like this all the way into Sunday, so we want to make sure also with any heat exhaustion, headaches, nausea, dizziness, just make sure that you're paying attention to that and just drinking a lot of water in the next couple of days. We'll have more on what we can expect coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Krista, thank you so much. Well, in your crime tracker today, Florence police say an armed robbery suspect was shot and killed by a store employee. Police responded to the Smokers Town store on Woody Jones Boulevard last night for reports of an armed robbery. While they were responding, they were told that the robbery suspect had been shot by a store employee. The preliminary investigation indicates that the suspect entered the business while wearing a mask and gloves and was armed with a gun. Police say at this time, the store employee has not been charged. The Conway Fire Department says a collision involving a train and a vehicle blocked a road. Conway Fire and police crews responded just before 6:30 this morning to East Cox Ferry Road. No injuries were reported, and there is no hazardous materials response. Make sure to count on News 13 for updates. Horry County Fire Rescue crews say a person has critical injuries after they were hit by a vehicle. Crews responded to the area of Dick Pond Road and Socastee Boulevard last night just after 11:30 and took one person to the hospital. Now, that person's condition has not been revealed. The South Carolina Highway Patrol is investigating. Florence County Fire Rescue says crews battled an industrial structure fire. Crews say they responded last night to PD Tank on North Douglas Street. While crews were battling the fire, the South Carolina Department of Transportation closed a portion of the street when a box truck attempted to bypass the road closure by driving through private property that was adjacent to the scene. The vehicle hit several utility lines, resulting in a localized power outage in the surrounding area. Firefighters had cleared from both incidents by 1 this morning, and Duke Energy crews responded to address the damaged electrical lines and power outages. Well, News 13 is your local election headquarters. In South Carolina, Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette has announced which candidate for U.S. Senate she will be endorsing. Evette announced she is endorsing Senator Darlene Graham as Graham heads to a runoff election against Congressman Ralph Norman. She shared in a post on Facebook that Graham, quote, has shown she is willing to act, including supporting an end to the filibuster, something career politicians have talked about for years, end quote. Evette previously ran for the Republican nomination for South Carolina governor, but was defeated by Attorney General Alan Wilson in a runoff election.
News 13 on-time traffic, sponsored by Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy.
And to look at your afternoon commute right now for parts of 17 and for 501 all the way up closer towards CCU. We do have some light traffic going on right now. From 501 Highway 544 to Carolina Forest, drive times are 16 minutes. 17 Farrell Parkway to Glens Bay will take you 9. 17 Mr. Joe White to 82nd Parkway right now is moving about 11 minutes. And we are continuing to see roads moving smoothly right now on I-95 all the way up to Lumberton. Not seeing too much traffic going on for parts closer towards South Irby Street. From 52 Palmetto to I-95, traffic is moving at 8 minutes. 76 5 Points to Irby is moving at 5 minutes compared to the usual 4. And 95 TV Road to 76 is moving on time with 9 minutes.
Krista, thank you. A Los Angeles County grand jury has indicted Nick Reiner on murder charges in the killings of his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner. The indictment adds the allegation that he was lying in wait before attacking them. The grand jury, which had been meeting in secret, returned the indictment last month, and it was unsealed yesterday when Reiner entered a not guilty plea. The grand jury indictment is a major step towards trial and allows prosecutors to skip California's preliminary hearing process where evidence is publicly aired. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt will be leaving her role at the end of the month. She says she would like to spend more time with family. Leavitt just returned to the press podium after having her second child. News Nation's Tom Dempsey reports from the White House.
After becoming the youngest person ever to serve as White House press secretary this morning, we know Caroline Leavitt will be leaving that position at the end of the month to spend more time with her children. In announcing this move, Leavitt wrote on social media, quote, "The truth is, since returning to the White House after the birth of my daughter, I have felt in my heart that I cannot be the best mom my two young children deserve while devoting the constant time, energy, and attention required of the White House press secretary. And that is why I have ultimately made the bittersweet decision to depart the White House and embark on a new chapter in my life." But Leavitt has consistently served as a strong ally for President Trump, and her connection to him actually stretches back years, first serving as an aide in the press office during his first term, then being a spokesperson for a pro-Trump group, and later joining his campaign in 2024. She recently came back to the press secretary job after giving birth to her second child in May. After the announcement came down, the president and his team spoke very highly of her, with advisor Stephen Miller calling Leavitt an inspiration to millions of young women.
Professionally, her credentials, her accolades, her achievements are second to none. Her job that she has performed as White House press secretary, the word exemplary doesn't even begin to cover it.
Moving forward, President Trump says Leavitt will serve as an outside advisor both to him and the Republican Party. At the White House, I'm Tom Dempsey, News Nation.
The Trump administration believes the long-term solution for homelessness is a different approach, focusing on faith-based programs in California. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. outlined the new toolkit during a visit to the San Diego Rescue Mission. The 37-page plan is essentially a new guideline pushing for a treatment-first model instead of prioritizing permanent housing from the outset. While overall numbers are down slightly, California's homeless population tops 180,000, the largest in the country.
The principle is simple. Treatment comes first, results must follow. That's the foundation of value-based care. We reward lasting results instead of repeated cycles of detox, relapse, and reentry into care.
Secretary Kennedy argues faith-based programs with recovery-based transitional housing are more effective and cheaper. The administration is also alleging waste and mismanagement within the Los Angeles Homeless Service Authority and is now threatening to withhold $240 million federal dollars. Coming up on News 13, we bring you the latest details in the ongoing war with Iran and the efforts to reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
And we have more heat and humidity on the way, not just for through your Thursday, but all the way into the weekend. We'll talk about how long this will last coming up after the break.